Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the RRHQ build here, and just to kind of get you guys up to date, so in a previous video we did all of our gas lines. We ran those outside, Greg and I. Well, today my plumber just showed up and he's gonna go ahead and get that gas line in through the wall, because remember the goal, I want to get this all covered up with plywood so that we can install the boilers here pretty soon with Eric from Mechanical Hub. But I didn't want to do the plywood until I had the opportunity to get my gas line from the outside inside and then sealed up here with my air control layer. So what we need to do is I'm gonna get a quick measurement. I'm gonna have it come in right about at this point, hopefully. So it either needs to be at like 30 inches or we need to be down here at like 18 inches. And I know we've already got a mark outside where it is left to right. So let's go outside, and we gotta drill through Versetta stone. We gotta go through the Weather Logic, through the rock wool, and then we'll pop through the Mirex, and then we'll get everything sealed up. Yeah, from the bottom. So we can't do 32. I think that's gonna be too tight. So we're gonna have to go below that girt, which, hey, that's not bad.
20?
Yeah, we'll go right there. How about them apples?
Them apples do be crisp.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna use a Diablo carbide wood metal blade. It's not meant for concrete. However, sometimes, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And this is not the hardest of concrete, so hopefully it goes through no problem. All right, and I did try to find a nice spot, but I think I'm gonna move it over just a hair, Greg, so that I'm not, hopefully I leave this, you know, I get a nice spot. The goal is I want a good area to put some sealant. So we got some more flex that we'll put in here, and it'll color match nice, and it'll look gorgeous, I think. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Now you don't want to push too hard, because remember the Versetta stone has a rain screen, which is a gap in the back, and I don't want to push it, flexing it and cracking the stone. Greg, would you go grab the blower to get this blown off?
Yep.
As long as we're making dust, we're cutting, right?
That's right. There you go.
There we go. Oh, that's hot. This, we're gonna be burning our way through the Weather Logic, baby. This might be toast.
I could go get you that. There's another, the black one in there.
No, dude, we're gonna finish it. This is gonna.
Right. It's just like
Hear that?
Yeah, that's just like the.
Spit on that thing. No, it's
you gotta
like,
install my fiber.
Yeah. Okay. So the
Hopefully
reason
you don't start your insulation on fire.
Well, it's rock wool, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh.
Come on, baby. Got a little bit of a break, Greg. See that? Otherwise, it did pretty good, but we'll just put some sealant on that. How you doing there?
Struggling. Should I go right where that groove is?
I don't care. I just want to move forward. I don't care. It's not bad. Okay, let's see if we can cut a nice clean hole through the rock wool. Just kind of removing it a little at a time.
What's up, dude? Just working.
Just let me know when it is in the Mirex there, Okay.
All right. Should pop out somewhere in here. All right, there's the hole. You're just touching the Myrex.
Okay, let me clean out my bit, and then we're gonna send it, dude. Absolutely send it.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, now you gotta let me clean out my bit first. It's packed full of rock wool.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Right there?
Yep.
Wait.
There you go.
Wouldn't I just come inside and do it from there?
You could, but
Or does it, no, let's just do it.
let's finish.
Yeah, it's kind of spinning and weird.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. You're good.
There. Look at that. Whatever you would say, nah, I mean, it don't matter to me. I mean, as long as we can get that 45'd, which we should be able to 45 it right out of the way, right? Then I think, you know, plan on off of this having, let's see, maybe 3/4 plus.
3/4.
Let's
inch
minimum of an inch and a half off of this, minimum. So feel free to go a little bit more if you want.
To the back edge of the fitting. Inch and a half.
I go more, dude. Somewhere in 2 inches, yeah.
Okay.
That works for me. Because, you know, you want to be able to work with the pipe and stuff. Here's what I'm doing, Joe, is 3/4 inch on the wall, but then I might be putting, like, you know, that kind of acrylic, plasticky, like, it goes in, like, commercial buildings for, like, water, and it's, like, white. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Something like that, that's probably, like, 1/2 inch thick. So I want to make sure that I have enough thickness, so whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, 2 inches minimum, I'd say.
Okay.
Do you want to go out there and hold that tape? How are you going to know?
I already know what this is out to my fitting.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just adding this onto it.
Okay, you're a smart guy.
Oh.
My bad. Okay, so can we put the fitting on and then just leave that then?
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll
I'm
just.
going to tighten everything up except for this part here. I'm just going to spin on a couple turns by hand.
Perfect.
And then you can take it off and do whatever you want with it.
Put our hole in and then boom, go.
The rest will all be tightened with wrenches. It slides on here like this.
It doesn't have to be like aligned or calibrated, it just does it automatically?
Oil it.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't do that in the shop.
Yeah.
That would have been a mess. And you just go till it's flush on the end? I thought plumbing was hard, dude. That doesn't look hard at all.
Yeah, that's not hard at all.
Oh, I see. This is... Okay, that's got it. It's draining, and so that's got oil inside of it.
It has a bunch of little holes in it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Drain through it.
I had no idea. So it just doesn't matter. There's no, like, you can't be, you know, threading it wrong. It can't go in, like, crooked?
Correct.
Oh.
Now, if the dies on this thing, which I think this one's got one that's kind of chewed up a little bit. Once these start cracking and breaking, then it will jack the threads all up. So, but you can replace these individual dies.
I see that. So if you start putting a female fitting over top of this and it's not threading really good, you know you're getting close?
Well, if you got bad dies that are all torn up, like you'll have like a thread, and then you'll have two that are just completely stripped out, and then you might have a couple. I mean, you'll see it.
Just more pipe dope then,
Doesn't mean
right?
the fitting won't still go on it.
Yeah.
But you want to have, I mean, you want to have pretty much even threads all the way through the thing.
That makes sense. I need to get Joe the cordless Milwaukee one. He said they don't do much of it anymore. Everything is like pro press, like the Viega.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm getting pretty tired of opening and closing these doors by hand, my garage doors. And I talked to my buddy Dan, who, if you remember during the garage door install, he came out and put the doors in and said, when you're ready for the openers, give them a holler. Well, I'm about ready because we're starting to work on sealing, getting electrical ran, and I need to know where my opener is specifically. So what he told me to do was just take the rail out, take the opener out, kind of line them up, and then put the outlet somewhere behind that. I don't know if I'm going to open this all up. I feel like I can probably, is it worth opening this up, you think, Greg?
I don't know. Well, let's open up and see what it looks like, and we can determine if we need to open it up all the way.
Well, that's interesting. So open it up to determine if we need to open it up. Yeah, so this is a Sentinel 360 opener, and this is a Rainer opener. It's got Wi-Fi, LED lights, camera, I think. Is this the camera? I think this has the camera in it.
One, yes.
Yeah, basically all the bells and whistles. Greg, why don't you open up this, get this track opened up. We'll get a measurement on it. The goal is we're trying to get our wiring ran so we can get power, we can get all of our eye wires, the wires that control the eyes that see when the door can close or open, the opener wires, all that good stuff. We're trying to get all that ran so we can just keep moving forward, you know. We got tons of these little projects that we've got to get done to keep moving forward. So let's see, look at this. This is an interesting, this is kind of a nice deal, Greg. Look at this. Is this all LED lights down here? Oh, shoot.
Ooh, careful.
That's like a big old LED light.
It's like one of those rain lights.
I don't think this is a camera, dude.
Maybe they were going to give you the camera one, and then you said
I was like,
you didn't
oh.
need it. Take that back.
There's a camera.
There's a camera.
Okay, well, the camera is here. This is going to line up to that. So that kind of gives us an idea. We don't have to take this all out, Greg. I don't know how that's going back in here, though. We'll let Dan deal with that. We know what we need to do, which is basically this track here. Let's get a measurement. That end's going to mount on the wall. Here you go. And then this was in that gear that's on the top. So we're at like 13 feet from the wall would be the back of this thing. So we'll just put a box just behind that to plug it in. Anyway, now we know where to put this outlet. That's for my small door. And then for my big door, way up here, we've got this cool thing here that our buddy Dan left us. This is a template for the jack shaft operator. So this is a standard trolley, but this is a jack shaft. It'll sit up there, attach it. They will be attached to the spring shaft like this, and there will be nothing up on the ceiling. So what we need to do here is this is kind of our guide, and then we need to get an outlet box somewhere over to the side. So that'll be the next one. So that's our goal, run our wires. Oh, okay, right here. So this is 13 feet. We're gonna go back at like 13.6. Now we'll put the box back of the box at 14 feet. Dan did say leave it back a little bit. That way, you know, whatever.
That's what he said.
We'll do what Dan said. Dan's the ultimate. All right, so we need a box here, and then we got to run wiring there.
Are you adding a mud ring to that then?
Yeah, that'll get a mud ring. Whatever thickness I do. If I do drywall, I'd put, you know, 1/2 inch or 5/8. If I do steel, it'll be a flat mud ring, you know.
Thought about like a plywood?
I don't think I'll do plywood. I did think about doing beadboard. What?
Where's that?
The stubby?
That 1 inch like a little chubby thing that I found.
Yeah, it's right in the back of the lift. I mean, do you feel good about putting it in the middle of these, you know, eye joists?
Yeah, it's the best place to put it.
Yeah, I know. Let me do a quick search. We can do a 2-inch hole up to 1 foot from the inside edge of the hole to the inside face of the nearest end support. So I would say we are good to put these kind of wherever we want. The biggest hole I can go is in an 11-footer.
Incher.
An 11-inch hole.
In a 14-foot.
And I have to be 9 feet away from the ends.
Jeez.
So in this span of 24 feet, in the middle section of middle 8-foot or whatever that is, what is that? No, middle 6-foot section, I can do almost an entire cutout. I'm just gonna go right in the center. not that the laser is about being like in a perfect line. It's just about, so when you run your wires, the straighter the holes are, the easier it is to run the wire through the joist.
Obviously. It's not because you're OCD.
Yeah. Nice piggyback. Ah, there we go. Now the only thing I'm gonna have on this entire circuit is my 2 garage doors, so I can turn them off at any time. Like, you know, go away on vacation or something, just turn the breaker off and then the doors won't operate. So I'm just using a 14 gauge wire. I think it'll be just fine based on amperage and load. Greg, can I get a ladder? Hey, thanks buddy, you read my mind.
You know what sounds good right now?
A chocolate shake.
Honestly, yeah.
Like that, a sweets like that sounds really good.
Shake with Oreos.
Oh, how about an Oreo fudge brownie blizzard that used to have at Dairy Queen, remember?
With chocolate ice cream?
Yes.
Did you ever get the one with like the fudge in the center?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about?
Double chocolate chunk. Sorry. Maybe Greg, take that other ladder into the bathroom in there.
That's where we'll say, and then we'll get some, I got some wire staples.
I would assume so. I'll give you a couple inches extra. We're,
Here, rotate this. Rotate this. Right there.
you want me to tighten this, or do you want to?
No, we need more than that. So we don't want to tighten the slack out of that, but I'm gonna give you a couple more.
You want me to leave this staple loose so we can slide that other garage door wire underneath?
No, the other garage door wire is coming right from our garage door opener right there. We're gonna take it from that one over.
Oh, so
yeah.
We're not,
so go ahead and take that slack out, and then work it down to the bottom right there. Yep, right there.
All right.
Okay. Good. So now you can go ahead and you can staple that or leave it loose. It's fine. Can I have my hammer back? Dang it. These whatever these are, I don't know what you call them, the connectors, the box connectors. Mm-hmm. When you get your wire in there, it's like those Chinese finger things. Yeah, dude, you can't get it back out. It's kind of there forever now. Okay, so that's gonna come in, and then we're gonna take a power out, and we'll get down to that other opener, Greg. So this circuit will just be these two.
And this one you're just gonna feed that way?
I think I'm gonna feed that way. We're gonna go right up on the outside of that beam down to there, okay? The nice thing is, all these wires are gonna be in this cavity. There's gonna be like a service cavity on the face of this beam. So this is gonna get framed out. In fact, if you look up here, you can see that we're already out 1.5 inches. So I can kind of just run my wiring right on the face of this, and then I'll have framing here, I'll have framing up here, and then this will just be like a nice little service cavity. So, Greg, I'm gonna just kind of run it out. Careful, dude, those are, ready? Good. Just kind of loop it around, come back into the same thing, and then here, right on it. Right on it.
Oh, that's pretty good. You want it there, right?
I was gonna go up.
You want it to go up?
Yeah, I don't want it to be so low.
Okay. Not sure why, but
just in case.
You never know.
You never know, dude. I've seen some things in my day.
Have you?
No. So I've got a bunch of wire here. This is gonna be for my door eyes. Those are the things that are at the bottom that say, hey, there's a little kid sitting underneath the door, don't close down on it, right? Or this will also run to my opener. And then these run back up to where the actual physical opener is in the ceiling, and it is gonna talk through these wires. I don't know if I'm gonna surface mount these or if I'm gonna bury them. In order to bury them, I have a little bit of work to figure out to get them into that wall over there. So I haven't thought about that, but I think I still have some time, so we're gonna hold off on these wires. We'll maybe let Dan install the openers with loose wires, and then we can always run them. Once I kind of see how he wants to run them, then I'll go from there. So we're gonna go ahead and now I think transition to some electrical. See, there's gonna be a lot of times on this, you know, in this video and some of these videos at RRHQ, where it's gonna be like, wait, I thought I was watching a staircase install video and now I'm watching some electrical get ran. That's because in the real world, that's the way it goes. It doesn't seem like there's any linear path exactly to get to the end. You sometimes have to do one thing to get to the next thing, to get to the thing that you wanted to do, especially when you're self-performing everything. So I think it's important to kind of show that it's not always just, you know, A to B. Sometimes you got to go to X and Z before you get there. So does that make sense, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say?
Same thing.
I bet you somebody makes a cool product for doing this exact thing. Don't you think?
What?
A chase way that you just clip in your wire. So the common chase way where, you know, in a lot of houses you have like this common area, and just have a product that's just like you screw it up every so often and then you just.
How about an electric stapler?
Well, that would be nice to have one of those too. That would be nice too.
They got to make those, right?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
DeWalt and Milwaukee both make them. I just don't own it.
There you go, my guy.
This is all remnants of the old insulation incident of 2024, you know?
Speaking of trauma.
Yeah. A little bit more, dude. Come on, man.
It's all yacht.
Not the top step, Greg. Be careful. I care about you and your safety.
Don't worry, I have 3 points of contact. How, you might ask? Don't ask. I don't know. You're getting a loop down at the bottom.
So let's get this worked back, Greg. So we're just kind of finishing up the day here today. There's so much miscellaneous wiring to do. We're running a circuit. I got 7, right? Did I say 7? I got 7 or 8 outlets that I'm running around this north and my west walls. And some might say that's too many to run on a shop because you're gonna be plugging things in. Listen, I'm gonna have a motorhome parked here almost all the time. So these are hardly gonna get used probably at all. Maybe what would I even use it for? I don't know. Maybe if I'm gonna be working or cleaning the motorhome or something, I want lights plugged in. I don't know. I mean, most of that stuff's battery powered. But the goal is, in this big space, I'm not gonna have equipment and welders and air compressors all plugged into this thing at once. It's kind of like if I wanna run around and have a plug for a vacuum cleaner, which is cordless. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know, but we're just running all this wiring around. My goal is, I've showed you the sheet over there in the mechanical room. I got 20 circuits to wire, and I'm just trying to get them all wired as I go and thinking about where can I utilize Greg specifically, because I've been trying to do a lot of this stuff kind of in my after hours, you know, when you guys aren't around to watch, but then I get Greg for a little bit here and there, and I try to utilize him to help me run the wires on the longer runs.
Maybe.
Here, I'm gonna stick my foot in here. Okay, hold me up, okay? Here, just hold me up a little bit.
I'm trying.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to balance myself.
Oh my goodness, man.
No, those are oxys. They're made of leather.
Yeah, they're tough.
Greg, you know how to wire an outlet, right?
I've done like the plug and play ones.
Oh, where you stick them in the holes?
But it's the same concept. With
Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's good. This is just here to run to a switch here. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. So we got a lot of different tasks done. And like I said before, that's the way this project is, because I'm not dedicating full days every day to do stuff in here. And since Greg and I are self-performing all of this, not a bunch of trades coming in here. We have to kind of go to electrical in order to keep moving on the framing, and then we got to get the garage door openers in order to start thinking about putting the steel on the ceiling. So it's a lot of do this before we, you know, get to the point of maybe where we wanted to be. And I wanted you guys to see all that. So, you know, we got gas line ran, we got the gas line hooked up, we've got our electrical service running strong, we got our garage doors wired, ready to be installed, so I don't have to keep lifting the darn things up by hand, because that big glass door is pretty darn heavy. And for the most part, the entire main section of this shop is now wired and ready for finishes. There's some small things like outdoor lights I want to put in, and I might even run some speaker wires. Even though everything is going cordless, it's like just, you know, put it on the wireless network and it works, but I still might run some wired speakers somewhere. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up for the day, get out of here. We still got lots to do, like I said. Next is, I think, ceiling or radiant heater. So there's a lot of things, but we're gonna do that on a different video. So make sure you're subscribed, follow along, and stay tuned for more. We'll catch you later.